Jailed Kremlin critic Alexey Navalny found guilty of fraud and sentenced to another 9 years in prison. CNN. Russian opposition leader Alexey Navalny has been sentenced to 9 years in a maximum security jail, according to Russian state-owned news agency TASS. A prominent Kremlin critic, Navalny was convicted on fraud charges by Moscow's Reportovo court over allegations that he stole from his anti-corruption foundation. Navalny, 45, is currently serving a 2.5-year sentence in a detention center east of the Russian capital after being arrested in February 2021 for violating probation terms, a verdict he said was politically motivated. After Tuesday's sentence was announced, Navalny wrote on Twitter, 9 years, well as the characters of my favorite TV series, The Wire, used to say, you only do 2 days. That's the day you go in and the day you come out. He added, I even had a t-shirt with this slogan, but the prison authorities confiscated it, considering the print extremist. Tuesday's sentence was handed down at the Pokrov penal colony by a visiting session of the Loportovo court. He was also fined 1.2 million rubles, 11,500. Russian opposition leader and activist Alexey Navalny is seen on the monitor screen during a off-site court session in the Pokrov penal colony in the Vladimir region of Russia on March 22. While Judge Margarita Kotova read out the accusations against him, footage showed Navalny as the gaunt figure standing beside his lawyers in a room filled with security officers. He appears unmoved by the proceedings, looking through some court documents on the table in front of him. The opposition leader was detained in February 2021 after his arrival in Moscow from Berlin, Germany, where he had spent several months recovering from poisoning with the nerve agent Novichok. The attack he blamed on Russian security services and on Russian President Vladimir Putin himself. In January, Russia added Navalny and his top aides to the extremist and terrorist federal registry, according to the Russian Federal Service for Financial Monitoring. His anti-corruption foundation, called the FBK, was also banned by the Russian court last year as an extremist organization. While in prison, Navalny has denounced Russia's invasion of Ukraine via social media, advocating anti-war protests across the country as the backbone of the movement against war and death, according to Reuters. In another tweet on Tuesday, Navalny said, I'm very grateful to everyone for their support. And guys, I want to say the best support for me and another political prisoners is not sympathy and kind words, but actions. Any activity against the deceitful and thievish Putin's regime. Any opposition to these war criminals. In the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine almost a month ago, thousands of people were detained for anti-war demonstrations, including in Moscow and St. Petersburg. The latest guilty verdict handed to Navalny comes amid a growing crackdown on political dissent in Russia. Earlier this month, Putin signed the censorship bill into law, making it impossible for news organizations to accurately report the news of or from Russia. The law, according to the Committee to Protect Journalists, makes it a crime to disseminate fake information about the invasion of Ukraine, with the penalty of up to 15 years in prison for anyone convicted. Last year, concerns about Navalny's health were raised by his allies after he underwent a weeks-long hunger strike demanding proper medical care, something his team claims he was unable to get in the penal colony in Pokrov, days after ending his hunger strike in April. Navalny's network of regional officers for his political movement were officially disbanded, according to his chief of staff, Leonid Volkov.